Have you ever had a day where everything was going fine until someone's words, a social media post, or an unexpected situation completely ruined your mood? One moment of negativity, one unnecessary argument, and suddenly your peace is gone. This happens to all of us. But here's the question. Are we really losing our peace, or are we giving it away? Think about it. How many times have you spent hours overthinking a pointless argument? How often do small conflicts steal your joy? Drama is a trap, and the more you engage, the deeper you fall into negativity. But what if you had the power to break free? What if you could walk away, stay calm, and protect your energy no matter what?
Detach from opinions. Your self-worth is yours. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, feeling confident and happy with yourself. But then, someone walks by and says, "You could look better." Suddenly, doubt creeps in. You start questioning yourself. But wait, what actually changed? Did you suddenly become less valuable, or did someone's opinion just make you feel that way? This is why detaching from opinions is so important. If you rely on praise to feel good, criticism will destroy you just as easily. You'll be on an emotional roller coaster, always seeking approval, always fearing disapproval. Think of a tree. A strong tree doesn't sway with every gust of wind. It stands firm because its roots are deep. Your confidence should be like that tree, rooted in your own values and goals, not in what others think of you. Now, ask yourself, right finger, do other people's opinions define my worth? Right finger, if someone praises me today and criticizes me tomorrow, am I any different? The truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have something to say. Some will praise you, some will judge you, but their words don't change who you are. Only you define your worth. So, focus on what truly matters, your growth, your values, your journey. Live for yourself, not for applause. Because the moment you detach from opinions, you set yourself free. And freedom. That's where real confidence begins. Respond with silence, not anger, the power of control. Imagine someone insults you, trying to provoke a reaction. Your first instinct? Maybe to snap back, defend yourself, or prove them wrong. But what if I told you that silence is the most powerful response? Why? Because silence is control. When you react with anger, you give power to the other person. You let them dictate your emotions. But when you stay silent, you show that their words don't affect you. And that's powerful. Think of a fire. What happens if you keep adding fuel? It grows. But if you stop feeding it, it dies out. Negativity works the same way. If someone throws harsh words at you and you respond with anger, the conflict escalates. But if you remain silent, the negativity fades. Now, silence doesn't mean weakness. It means strength. The strength to choose peace over pointless arguments. It means you're confident enough to not engage in unnecessary battles. Ask yourself, right finger, is this argument worth my energy? Right finger, does reacting with anger solve anything? Right finger, or is silence the better answer? The next time someone tries to bring you down, pause. Take a deep breath. Instead of reacting with anger, respond with silence. Let your actions, your success, and your peace do the talking. Because real strength isn't in loud words, it's in calm, unshaken silence. Practice gratitude to dissolve anger. Shift your focus, change your state. Anger. It's a natural emotion, right? Someone wrongs you, life feels unfair, and frustration takes over. But have you ever noticed how anger drains you? How it steals your peace, your focus, and your happiness? Now, imagine if you had a simple way to dissolve anger instantly, without arguing, without stress. The secret? Gratitude. When anger takes hold, your mind locks onto what's wrong, what's missing, who hurt you, why life isn't fair. But the moment you shift your focus to gratitude, everything changes. Instead of thinking, "Why did this happen to me?" try asking, "What is still good in my life?" Think of a time you were really angry. Now, imagine that, in that moment, you stopped and thought about 5 things you're truly grateful for. Maybe it's your health, your family, your opportunities, or simply the fact that you're alive. Instantly, your energy shifts. The anger loses its grip. Gratitude reminds you that life is bigger than the problem in front of you. It doesn't mean you ignore challenges, it means you don't let them control your emotions. So, next time you feel anger rising, pause. Take a deep breath, list what you're grateful for. It may feel small at first, but over time, This habit will make you unshakable. Because when your heart is full of gratitude, there's no room left for anger. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. Turn it into your strength. Criticism. No one likes hearing it, but let's face it, it's unavoidable. At some point, someone will judge your work, your ideas, or even you as a person. But here's the secret. Criticism isn't your enemy. It's a tool, and when used correctly, it can fuel your growth. Most people see criticism as an attack. It feels personal. It stings. But what if, instead of reacting with anger or self-doubt, you paused and listened? What if you asked, is there something I can learn from this? The truth is, not all criticism is bad. Some of it can reveal blind spots, push you to improve, and help you become stronger. Even when it's unfair or harsh, it teaches you resilience. Take successful people, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. They don't just tolerate feedback, they seek it. They know that growth comes from seeing mistakes and fixing them. Of course, not every critic has your best interest at heart. Some just want to bring you down. The key is to filter criticism. Ask yourself, is this feedback constructive? Does it come from someone who knows what they're talking about? If yes, use it. If not, let it go. So, next time someone criticizes you, don't take it as an attack. Take it as a lesson. Growth happens when you stop fearing criticism and start using it to level up. Master the art of letting go. Set yourself free. Holding on to anger and resentment is like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders. The more you hold on, the more exhausted you feel. But here's the truth. The only person suffering is you. The people who hurt you, they've moved on. But you're still stuck in the past, replaying the pain over and over. So, what's the solution? Let go. Now, I know that's easier said than done. When someone wrongs you, your mind clings to the pain, demanding justice or revenge. But ask yourself, is holding on to this anger helping me? Is it making my life better? Probably not. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you choose your peace over your pain. It means you refuse to let negativity control you. Imagine your mind as a room. Anger and resentment take up space, leaving no room for happiness or growth. When you let go, you clear that space and make room for joy, success, and inner peace. The process takes time. Start by acknowledging your feelings, then decide to release them. Focus on what you can control, your mindset, your actions, your future. Freedom isn't found in holding on. It's found in letting go. And when you do, you'll feel lighter, happier, and ready to embrace life without the burden of the past. Pause before reacting. Choose wisdom over impulse. Imagine someone insults you or criticizes you unfairly. Your first instinct? React immediately, maybe with anger, frustration, or defense. But here's the problem. Impulsive reactions often lead to regret. What if, instead, you paused? That moment of silence before you respond gives you power. It allows you to step back, take a breath, and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will my response make the situation better or worse? Am I reacting out of emotion or wisdom? When you pause, you shift from reacting to choosing your response. Instead of feeding negativity, you maintain control over your emotions and actions. This not only protects your peace but also commands respect. Think about the most respected leaders. Do they lash out in anger? No. They stay calm, think clearly, and respond with wisdom. You can do the same. The next time you feel triggered, take a deep breath. Count to 3. Give yourself that space to decide. Often, you'll realize that staying silent or responding calmly is far more powerful than reacting emotionally. Master the pause, and you'll master your emotions. Wisdom wins when impulse is tamed. Stay grounded in your own path, live authentically, stay free. Too often, we seek approval from others, family, friends, society. We shape our choices based on what they think, hoping for validation. But here's the truth. Chasing approval traps you. When you rely on others' opinions, you give away your power. You hesitate, overthink, and sometimes even abandon your dreams just to fit in. But ask yourself, who are you really living for? Living authentically means trusting your own values, dreams, and choices, even if they don't align with what others expect. The world may judge, criticize, or misunderstand you, but when you stay true to yourself, you gain something far more valuable, inner peace. Look at the most successful and fulfilled people. Did they follow the crowd? No, they dared to walk their own path, even when it was difficult. They believed in themselves, even when no one else did. So stop waiting for permission. Stop shaping your life around approval. You are enough as you are. Your dreams, your values, your journey, it's all yours to own. Stay grounded in who you are, and you'll find true freedom. Use silence to break the cycle of negativity. Negativity feeds on reaction. The more you argue, defend, or fight back, the stronger it grows. But what happens when you don't react? When you meet negativity with silence instead of anger? Silence is not weakness, it's power. It's the ultimate way to break the cycle of negativity. Arguments and conflicts need fuel to keep burning, and that fuel is your emotional reaction. When you refuse to engage, the fire dies out. Think about it. How often do heated arguments lead to real solutions? Most of the time, they just create more anger, more stress, and more regret. But when you choose silence, you stay in control. You don't give others the power to drag you into their negativity. Silence doesn't mean you ignore the problem. It means you handle it with wisdom. You choose when to speak and when to walk away. You don't let emotions dictate your actions. And in doing so, you protect your energy, your peace, and your mental well-being. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause. Instead of reacting instantly, take a deep breath. Let silence be your answer. Watch how the negativity loses its grip when it has nothing to hold onto. Not every battle is worth fighting. Some are best won with silence. Filter feedback wisely. Not all opinions are created equal. In life, you will receive all kinds of feedback. Some constructive, some destructive, some helpful, and some completely baseless. The key to growth is knowing which feedback to accept and which to ignore. Imagine you're building a house. Would you take advice from someone who has never built anything in their life? Of course not. You'd listen to an experienced architect or engineer. The same applies to feedback. Not everyone's opinion is worth your time. Constructive criticism comes from people who genuinely want to help you improve. They offer specific, thoughtful insights that push you forward. This is the kind of feedback you should welcome. It might be uncomfortable to hear, but it's valuable because it helps you grow. On the other hand, baseless negativity comes from people who criticize for the sake of it, without knowledge, understanding, or good intentions. This kind of feedback is not about you. It's often a reflection of their own insecurities or frustrations. Learning to ignore these voices is a skill that will protect your confidence and mental peace. So, how do you filter feedback wisely? Ask yourself, is this coming from someone who understands my journey? Does this feedback help me improve? Is it given with good intentions? If the answer is yes, consider it. If not, let it go. You don't have to carry every opinion that comes your way. Keep what helps, discard what doesn't, and move forward with confidence. Emotional mastery is a daily practice. Staying calm and unbothered isn't something that happens overnight. It's a daily choice. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending things don't affect you. Instead, it's about learning how to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. Think about it. Life throws challenges at us constantly. A rude comment, an unexpected setback, or a stressful situation can easily trigger frustration or anger. But when you master your emotions, you take control instead of letting external events dictate your state of mind. Imagine you're in a storm. You can't control the wind, the rain, or the lightning, but you can take shelter. Emotional mastery works the same way. You can't stop negativity from coming your way, but you can choose how you respond. The key is awareness. When something upsets you, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will reacting emotionally help the situation? Can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? Emotional mastery doesn't mean you don't feel emotions. It means you don't let them control you. It's about acknowledging what you feel, understanding it, and choosing a response that keeps your peace intact. Every day, you get a chance to practice this. Some days will be harder than others, but the more you train your mind to stay calm, the stronger you become. And over time, you'll notice that things that once triggered you no longer have power over you. That's true emotional freedom. Your reactions are your choice. No one has the power to control your emotions, unless you give it to them. People will say things that trigger you, situations will test your patience, and life will throw unexpected challenges your way. But at the end of the day, how you react is entirely up to you. Think about it. Someone insults you or criticizes your work. You have two options: React emotionally and let anger take over, or stay calm and respond with clarity. The first option hands over your power, the second keeps you in control. Your inner peace is too valuable to be dictated by the moods, opinions, or behavior of others. When you let someone's words or actions disturb your state of mind, you're allowing them to pull your strings like a puppet. But the moment you realize that your reaction is your choice, you reclaim your power. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it means channeling them wisely. If someone frustrates you, pause. Take a deep breath, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will reacting help or make things worse? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my peace? The moment you master your reactions, you become untouchable. No one can shake you unless you allow it. So, choose wisely. Choose responses that keep you in control, that reflect your wisdom, and that protect your peace. Because, at the end of the day, your reactions define your strength. Stop expecting people to behave like you. One of the biggest sources of frustration in life comes from expecting people to think, feel, or act the way you would. But here's the truth, they won't. People come from different backgrounds, experiences, and belief systems. They have their own priorities, struggles, and ways of processing life. Expecting them to align with your perspective is setting yourself up for disappointment. Think about it. Maybe you always show up on time, but your friend is always late. Maybe you're someone who keeps promises, but someone else breaks them without a second thought. Getting frustrated won't change them. It will only steal your peace. Instead of expecting others to behave a certain way, accept them as they are. This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect, but rather understanding that people act based on their own values, not yours. The moment you let go of these expectations, life becomes easier. You stop taking things personally. You stop feeling hurt when people don't meet your standards. And most importantly, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Next time someone disappoints you, remind yourself, they are acting based on their reality, not mine. I can't control them, but I can control my reaction. Letting go of expectations gives me peace. The less you expect people to be like you, the more you free yourself from frustration. Accept, adjust, and move forward, without losing your peace. Let go of the need to always be right. We all love being right. It feels good. It validates our intelligence, our choices, and our beliefs. But have you ever asked yourself, is proving you're right more important than your peace? Think about the last argument you had. Was it really about finding the truth, or was it about proving your point? Often, we fight not because we need to, but because our ego won't let us back down. And that's where the real battle begins, not with others, but within ourselves. The need to always be right creates unnecessary conflict. It makes us defensive, stubborn, and unwilling to listen. It turns conversations into battles, where the goal isn't understanding but winning. And even if you win the argument, what do you really gain? A bruised relationship? Tension? Regret? Now, imagine choosing peace instead. Imagine listening without the need to correct. Imagine walking away from a pointless argument because your mental well-being matters more than proving a point. That's real strength. Letting go of the need to always be right doesn't mean you're weak or that you agree with everything. It simply means you value peace more than unnecessary battles. It means you recognize that sometimes, silence is more powerful than words. Next time you find yourself in a heated debate, ask yourself, do I want to be right, or do I want to be at peace? Will this argument improve my life, or just drain my energy? Is proving my point worth the damage it may cause? Prioritizing peace over being right gives you emotional freedom. It makes life lighter, relationships stronger, and your mind clearer. Stop letting others' words define your worth. Have you ever felt discouraged by someone's negative comment? Maybe they criticized your dreams, mocked your abilities, or doubted your potential. But here's the truth. Your worth is not up for debate. The opinions of others do not define you. Whether they praise you or put you down, it doesn't change who you truly are. Yet, we often let words shape our self-esteem. A single negative remark can ruin our confidence, while a compliment can make our day. But what happens when the compliments stop? Or when criticism comes louder than encouragement? That's when you must remind yourself, your value isn't tied to opinions. Imagine a diamond. Whether people admire it or ignore it, its value remains the same. You are that diamond. People's words don't increase or decrease your worth. They only reflect their own perspectives. Detaching from negativity doesn't mean ignoring all feedback. It means learning to filter what matters. Constructive criticism helps you grow, but baseless negativity? That's just noise, and noise doesn't deserve your energy. So, how do you stop letting words affect you? Build self-awareness. Know your strengths, your values, and your worth. Stay focused on your goals. Don't let negativity distract you from your path. Practice self-validation. Instead of seeking approval, remind yourself daily of your own greatness. At the end of the day, the only opinion that truly matters is the one you have about yourself. So stand tall, be confident, and never let someone else's words define who you are. Protect your energy by setting boundaries. Have you ever felt emotionally drained because you couldn't say no? Maybe you agreed to something you didn't want to do just to avoid disappointing others. But here's the truth. Your energy is valuable, and protecting it is not selfish. It's necessary. Many of us struggle with setting boundaries because we fear being seen as rude or unkind. We want to be helpful, supportive, and available. But when we constantly say yes to others at the cost of our own well-being, we end up exhausted, resentful, and overwhelmed. The result? Burnout, frustration, and unhealthy relationships. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. It's about knowing your limits and communicating them clearly. When you protect your energy, you create space for what truly matters: your goals, your peace, and your happiness. How to set healthy boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It means you respect your time and emotional health. You don't owe everyone an explanation. Just a simple, confident, "I can't do that," is enough. Recognize what drains you. Pay attention to the people and situations that leave you feeling exhausted. Are you constantly giving more than you receive? Are you sacrificing your own needs to please others? If yes, it's time to step back. Prioritize your well-being. Protecting your energy means making yourself a priority. If something feels emotionally or mentally draining, it's okay to step away. Your mental peace is just as important as your physical health. Be firm but kind. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about maintaining healthy relationships. When you communicate your limits with honesty and kindness, you teach others how to treat you. The power of boundaries. Think of your energy like a battery. If you keep giving without recharging, you'll eventually run out. By setting boundaries, you ensure that your energy goes to the right places, towards people and activities that uplift you. So today, choose yourself. Protect your energy, set your boundaries, and remember, saying no to what drains you means saying yes to your peace, happiness, and well-being. Detach from the opinions of others. Have you ever felt like you had to prove yourself to others? Maybe you hesitated before making a decision, wondering what people would think. But here's the truth. Seeking approval is a losing game. No matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. One moment, people praise you. The next, they criticize you. If your self-worth depends on their approval, you'll always feel like you're chasing something that keeps slipping away. But real confidence doesn't come from others, it comes from within. Why external validation is a trap. When you rely on others to validate your worth, you give away your power. You let their opinions dictate how you feel about yourself. But ask yourself, do these opinions really define you? Imagine a person who constantly seeks approval. They change their behavior, their choices, even their dreams, just to fit what others expect. But in the process, they lose themselves. Now, think of someone who is confident in their own path. They listen to feedback but aren't controlled by it. They trust their own values, not the changing opinions of others. This is the difference between living authentically and living for approval. How to detach from opinions. Know your own worth. Your value isn't measured by likes, comments, or compliments. It comes from who you are, your character, your efforts, and your purpose. The more you believe in yourself, the less you'll need approval from others. Accept that not everyone will like you. And that's okay. Even the most successful people have critics. The more you try to please everyone, the more you lose sight of yourself. Instead, focus on being true to your values. Separate constructive feedback from negativity. Not all opinions are harmful. Learn to recognize feedback that helps you grow and ignore the noise that only brings you down. Stop overthinking reactions. People move on faster than you think. That small mistake you made? That thing you said? Others forget quicker than you realize. Don't waste time worrying about temporary opinions. Real confidence comes from within. At the end of the day, you are the only person who has to live with your choices. So why let someone else's judgment control your happiness? Choose to trust yourself. Choose to believe in your worth. Because the moment you stop seeking approval is the moment you find true freedom. Pause before reacting. The power of self-control. Imagine this. Someone says something rude to you. Your first instinct? Maybe to snap back, defend yourself, or let anger take over. But what if, instead of reacting instantly, you took a deep breath? What if you pause? That brief moment between what happens to you and how you respond is where your power lies. When you pause, you shift from reacting impulsively to responding wisely. Why do we react impulsively? Our brains are wired for quick reactions. It's a survival instinct. When we feel attacked, whether physically or emotionally, our fight or flight response kicks in. That's why anger, frustration, and defensiveness often come out before we even think. But reacting on impulse can lead to regrets, misunderstandings, and unnecessary conflict. The power of the pause. Pausing before reacting doesn't mean ignoring your emotions. It means giving yourself the space to process them. Think about the last time you reacted in anger. Did it help? Did it resolve the situation, or did it make things worse? Now, imagine if you had paused for just 5 seconds. You could have taken a deep breath. You could have assessed if the reaction was worth it. You could have chosen a response that maintained your peace instead of escalating the situation. That small pause changes everything. It allows you to respond with clarity instead of chaos. How to train yourself to pause. Take a breath. The moment you feel triggered, inhale deeply. This simple act interrupts your emotional reaction and helps clear your mind. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Not every situation deserves a reaction. Some battles aren't worth fighting. Consider the consequences. Think, will I regret this response later? Many conflicts arise simply because people react before thinking. Practice delayed responses. If a situation isn't urgent, allow yourself time to think. Say, let me get back to you, instead of rushing into an emotional response. The freedom in choosing your response. When you pause before reacting, you stay in control. You don't let situations, people, or emotions dictate your behavior. Instead, you choose wisdom over impulse. And that choice? It leads to better relationships, fewer regrets, and a stronger sense of inner peace. So next time you're about to react, pause. Because in that moment, you have the power to change everything. Reframe negative situations. Change your perspective, change your life. Imagine this. You work hard on a project, but instead of praise, you receive criticism. Your first reaction? Maybe frustration, self-doubt, or even anger. Why are they being so negative? Am I not good enough? But what if you could shift your mindset? What if, instead of taking it personally, you saw it as an opportunity for growth? Your perspective shapes your reality. The way you interpret situations directly affects how you feel and respond. If you see criticism as a personal attack, it will hurt. If you see it as feedback that can help you improve, it becomes a tool for growth. Likewise, when people are rude or unkind, it often has more to do with their own struggles than with you. Not everything is about you. Realizing this helps you detach emotionally from negativity. Why do we take things personally? As humans, we naturally seek validation. When we face rejection, failure, or criticism, it can feel like a personal failure. But the truth is, people's reactions are shaped by their own experiences, biases, and emotions, not by your worth. If someone criticizes your work, maybe they're having a bad day. If a friend acts distant, maybe they're dealing with something personal. If you don't get the job you wanted, maybe it wasn't the right fit, not because you weren't good enough. When you shift your mindset, you stop internalizing negativity and start seeing challenges as opportunities. How to reframe negative situations. Ask yourself, is this really about me? Before reacting, pause and consider, is this a true reflection of my worth, or just one person's perspective? Most of the time, it's the latter. Look for the lesson. Every setback carries a lesson. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask, what can I learn from this? Growth comes from challenges, not comfort. Choose empowering thoughts. Instead of saying, I failed, say, I learned something valuable. Instead of thinking, they don't like me, consider, maybe they're going through something. Your thoughts shape your emotions. Choose them wisely. Don't give away your power. When you let negative situations control your emotions, you hand over your power. Instead, reclaim it by focusing on what you can control: your mindset, your response, and your growth. Final thoughts. Life is full of challenges, but your perspective determines whether they break you or build you. When you stop taking things personally, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and negativity. So, the next time you face criticism or a tough situation, pause, shift your perspective, and remind yourself, it's not about you. Pick your battles wisely. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a heated argument. Your heart is racing, your emotions are high, and you're determined to prove your point. But after the dust settles, you realize something. Was it really worth it? Did winning the argument bring you peace, or did it just drain your energy? Not every disagreement needs to be won. Some battles are worth fighting, but many aren't. The key to a peaceful and fulfilling life is knowing which arguments deserve your time and which ones are best left alone. Why do we feel the need to win every argument? As humans, we have a natural urge to defend our opinions, protect our egos, and feel validated. Sometimes, we argue just to be right, even if it costs us our peace. But ask yourself, is proving my point more important than my mental well-being? Will this argument change anything, or just create more negativity? Am I engaging in this because it truly matters or just out of pride? The power of letting go. True strength isn't in winning every battle, it's in knowing when to walk away. Not every disagreement is worth your time, and not every opinion needs to be challenged. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're wise. Think about the people who always engage in every argument. Are they truly happy? Probably not. Constant conflict leads to stress, exhaustion, and broken relationships. On the other hand, those who choose their battles wisely remain calm, focused, and at peace. When should you engage? There are times when standing your ground is necessary, like defending your values, protecting loved ones, or standing up for injustice. But most arguments, petty disagreements, internet debates, ego-driven conflicts, aren't worth the emotional toll. Before engaging in a dispute, ask yourself, checkmark, does this issue truly matter in the long run? Checkmark, will this argument lead to a productive outcome? Checkmark, am I arguing out of logic or just reacting emotionally? If the answer is no, then let it go. How to walk away gracefully. Pause before reacting. Instead of jumping into an argument, take a deep breath and assess if it's worth it. Agree to disagree. Not everyone will share your perspective, and that's okay. Respect differences. Choose peace over ego. Winning an argument might feel good in the moment, but keeping your peace is far more rewarding. Choose peace over drama. Protect your inner world. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling calm and centered. Your mind is clear, your energy is high, and you're ready to take on the day. But then, someone says something negative, a situation tests your patience, or drama pulls you in. Suddenly, your peace is gone. But here's the truth. Nothing and no one can disturb your inner peace unless you allow it. Drama only has power over you if you choose to engage with it. Why are we drawn to drama? Drama is everywhere. On social media, in friendships, in workplaces, and even within families. Sometimes, we get involved without even realizing it. Why? The need for validation. We feel the urge to defend ourselves and prove our point. Emotional reactions. When someone upsets us, we react instead of responding thoughtfully. The illusion of control. We believe that by engaging, we can change someone's mind or fix a situation. But in reality, drama only drains energy, fuels negativity, and steals joy. How to choose peace instead. Detach from negativity. Not every comment deserves a response. Not every fight is worth your time. Let go of the need to react to everything that disturbs you. Respond. Don't react. When faced with conflict, take a deep breath and ask yourself, will this matter in a week? A month? A year? If not, let it go. Set boundaries. Protect your peace by choosing who and what you allow into your life. Some people thrive on drama. Don't let them pull you into their chaos. Practice emotional control. True power comes from staying calm in situations that once triggered you. Instead of being controlled by emotions, learn to control how you respond. Shift your focus. Energy flows where attention goes. Focus on positivity, growth, and things that bring you joy rather than getting caught in unnecessary conflicts. The power of inner peace. When you choose peace over drama, you gain emotional freedom. You no longer waste time on meaningless arguments or let others dictate your mood. You walk away from negativity, knowing that protecting your peace is more valuable than proving a point. So, the next time drama knocks on your door, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If not, simply walk away. Because real strength is not in fighting every battle but in knowing which ones to ignore. Choose peace, always.
The true power of inner peace. Real strength isn't in fighting every battle, it's in knowing when to walk away. When you stop reacting to every little thing, you take back control. Your emotions become yours again. Choosing peace doesn't mean you're weak. It means you value your energy. It means you refuse to let others dictate how you feel. So the next time drama comes knocking, pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If not, let it go. Protect your peace at all costs. Life is too short to waste on negativity. You have bigger goals, bigger dreams, and a purpose far greater than proving a point. Choose peace over drama, always. Because the most powerful person in the room, it's the one who stays calm.